Record.
Dave Scholler here on Film Like It Is. Pre-game to about an hour in front of game two here. Here today to talk about what happened in game one and maybe to expect for tonight. Lots of good things to talk about. As you see the bracket up there on the amazing thing that we're down to the finals already. Always feels kind of crazy this time of year when you're down to the finals already. It goes quick. The playoffs always seem to fly. It's always exciting. You know, it's a lot of fun. But here we are, Denver and the Heat having some fun. First game in the books. Kind of not really a shocking game to that first game. You know, what you might expect. 104-93, and I hate to say it, but that game wasn't even as close as 104-93. It was between 10 and 20 the whole night. Some takeaways from the game that we're going to look at here. Obviously, on the backboard, Denver and Miami were about even. Assists were even. Where this game was won and lost was basically the field goal percentage. Denver shoots 50.6%, and Miami shoots 40.6. You know, the funny 3-point shooting percentage, 29.6 for Denver, so they have a lot to do and catch up on. Again, Miami did win the battle of the free throw. This is as far as the percentage, but we'll get to that in a minute. Shot 33% from three, which is lower than their number as well. But the funny thing here is game one, you just saw how much the overall length of Miami, actually the overall length of Denver, how much it affected Miami. I mean, Aaron Gordon was great. And we've been saying for weeks on this show, go back and roll the tape. If anybody was disciplined enough to post up Miami, they could really take advantage of him. Bam's not that big a dude. You got Joker out there, but you also had Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon tortured the smaller guards. Miami kept switching. I don't know why they were switching. I don't know why Jimmy wasn't on Aaron Gordon, but he wasn't. He kept getting switched off to Vincent, kept getting switched off to guys like Duncan Robinson. Even Martin, who's a 6'7", is a lean 6'7". Aaron Gordon's a beast. And so, you know, we just finally we talked about posting them up. And, of course, you're posting up Joker in the high post. And the thing I want to talk about tonight, though, too, is, you know, in the last 10, 11 years, you know, there's a little bit of a bias that goes on out there. We all talk about how different Curry is from any other player we've ever seen. We talk about how different LeBron is, and we talk about how different guys like, you know, Magic are, Michael Jordan are from way back in the day. I hate to break it to you. The guy that's the most unique player of all time, I think, right now, when have we ever seen a center like this? Now, don't tell me Bill Walton was a great passer. We know he was. But Bill Walton didn't play like this guy. Young Sabonis, as he was in Europe, we didn't get to see him a lot. Probably the most similar player, but we didn't get to see him a lot. We only saw him in his later years when he had bad knees and bad Achilles and was out of shape. We've never seen a player like this. Now, of course, since he's quiet and he's a European and he's not brash and braggadocious and he doesn't do all the fancy stuff, except if you really appreciate the game, you find his kind of fancy, the best kind, the beauty of the pass. Me being a Magic Johnson fan, this guy is the first guy I'm this excited to watch since Magic in the finals because he is the pass. Which leads me to my next point. Kevin McHale once said the beauty of Magic Johnson was that he could take less than 10 shots and dominate a game. This man took one shot in the first quarter and was dominating the game. Think about how special that is for a second. Don't get me into this, you know, go between the legs 55 times and shoot a step back like James Harden or Kyrie Irving, or run down the court doing a shimmy with your leg hanging up in the air like Steph Curry. Dominate a game with one shot. That's just ridiculous. If you understand the game, which most people don't, you know how special that is. What he just did the other night is ridiculous. Again, that's the last guy we could say that about was Magic. All right. So that's over 30 years ago. This guy as a center, he's the most unique one. It's not Giannis. It's not LeBron. It's not Steph. So you guys with the gel in your hair who probably watch Sports Center, go do a little research. This guy's the really different one. We haven't seen a center like this. Kareem was a fantastic passer. Shaq even became a great passer. Bill Walton was a great passer. They're all great passers. David Robinson became a good passer. Akeem was a good passer. But this guy is the passer to make the plays. He throws the ball to where the guy's going to be. Those guys hit open guys on the double team. Kareem to Magic was a great pass on that Laker cut. The whole world knows what a Laker cut is. But this guy is just a freak show. So here he is. He only takes 12 shots. Now, 12 shots, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, 2 turnovers. All right. So I'm surprised he even did that. 1 steal, 27 points. Jamal Murray, excellent game also. Shot 50%. Joker shoots 66%, by the way. 10 assists for Jamal. 6 rebounds. Just fantastic game. Aaron Gordon, though, to me, is the difference in the game because he gets him off. He gets him off to Schneider. People were concerned about the rust. Nothing crazy there. 70%. Again, they're sharing the ball. Michael Porter Jr. had some good moments. Did some good things. 11 boards on defensive boards, 13 boards overall. Bruce Brown, excellent off the bench. 10 points in 20 minutes. Just fantastic. KCP played a very nice game. Didn't shoot well, but Chiefs did a fine job. 3 rebounds. Did his job. Jeff Green did some good minutes, and Christian Brown did some good things. So here we are with that situation. The thing I think Miami lost about too is Jimmy Butler did not attack the basket. People always talk about records that'll never be broken. 56%. 56 game hitting streak. Well, I got news for you. I can't remember the next time I can't imagine in my lifetime, which I'm 55, we're not going to see another game where a team shoots 2 free throws in an NBA game. Jimmy Butler kept getting in the lane the other night and then kicking to the far sideline of the court from the TV camera. He kept kicking to that wing and that corner. And I'll tell you what, he didn't look to bang bodies. I guarantee you tonight, he's going to get there the first possession of the game. I'm going to get him on a pick and roll situation. He's going to attack the rim. And since we've been bitching about 2 free throws for the last 3 days, NBA finals get affected by refereeing a lot because people make it a dialogue in the conferences. Although Spoelstra's been a good sport, I have to give him credit for that. And he's going to get to the free throw line tonight. He's going to force his way in there. So if Aaron Gordon goes straight up, they're still going to call it. And if Joker goes straight up, they're still going to call it. So 2 free throws, that is amazing. But they weren't aggressive, and you didn't hear a lot of complaining about the free throws. The media and all the conspiracy theorists out there will do it. I thought people talk about, well, Miami didn't play well. Well, like I said, Denver didn't shoot well from 3. Denver could do some better things too. And the other thing that Miami did do well, that's Bam's best offensive game in the playoffs so far. He gets 26, 13, and 5, and Bam did not miss from that wide open jump shot. Gabe Vincent, I thought, was pretty good. 7 for 14. Highsmith is going to get some more minutes tonight, 7 for 10, especially with Caleb Martin being ill. Jimmy Butler, 6 for 14, not bad, but just wasn't aggressive enough. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, still played a good game. Kyle Lowry pushed the tempo pretty well. But we talked the other day about the Fab Four. It's really Jimmy and Bam's Beatles. All right, they got the Fab Four there. Caleb Martin, 1 for 7. Duncan Robinson, 1 for 6. Max Strus, 0 for 10. And of course, we get Gabe. So if you total that up, you got 7 for 14. You got 8 for 21. 9 for 27. 9 for 37 between the Fab Four there. And they're not hitting shots. 9 for 37. Not good. 9 for 37 is not winning any games. People, it's lazy to say, well, it's just a make or miss league. Some nights it's a make league. If you hit in shots, you're going to win games. But to say it's just simply a make or miss league, obviously they got some great shots. I didn't know if it was really the 3-point shots that they got. I felt like they got some great shots from 2 that they missed. However, people say, oh, it's the altitude. Well, then why have Denver been a great team in the past? So don't give me that altitude crap. I think it definitely makes a difference. But once you get your first win taken out of you, a lot of the NBA players on NBA radio have been talking about, it goes away. But you still got to get used to it. Now they've been there for a couple of days. I'm sure Miami's going to come out much better tonight. There's no doubt about that. But 9 for 37 from the floor for those 4 guys, the Fab Four. So again, Vincent 5 for 10 from 3, did his job. Okay. Caleb Martin 1 for 2 from 3, Duncan 1 for 5, Max 0 for 9. So Max did have 5 rebounds to his credit, so he did try to help on the other end of the floor. I don't know what the problem is with not playing Kevin Love. I bet you tonight they go big and they go with Love and Bam on the floor at one time. I don't know how they're going to do that. They're probably going to have to bait somebody into shooting, whether Love's playing, or they're going to have to mix up their zone and maybe have Bam on a wing in the zone, have Love in the middle of the zone, see what they do. So we're gonna have to see that. I wouldn't be surprised if they go double big tonight. Remember, we've been predicting things that are gonna happen on the show all playoff long. And like I said the other night, someone just had to post up Miami and enforce their will on them. And that's what Denver did. This guy comes out in the first quarter and takes one shot and gets a bunch of assists and just starts to dominate the game. Just crazy statistics for that gentleman from that game. Kyle Lowry did a nice job pushing the tempo. Like I said, I want to see if they try to push tonight. There's rumor that Caleb Martin is ill. Tyler Hero still probably not going to play tonight. That's the rumor. The pain management. I'm sure the knuckles are still not there yet. But again, those are some big things. Like, what are they going to do? If I'm Miami tonight, I try to bait Joker into maybe just shooting jump shots when he catches the ball at the high post. I swear to God, he gets everybody else off. If I were them, I'd just dare him to shoot the high post shot. I mean, you got to try something because you're going to get up on him. He's skilled enough to go by you. So why not let him catch in the high post? Just hope that he doesn't go into the low post because they got no answer for him down there. Let's just hope that he catches at the elbow, back off, and maybe see if you can bait him into having maybe a human night where maybe he goes 5 for 14 or something and, doesn't get everybody else involved. Miami's got some tough decisions. The beauty of Miami, though, is it's like a two-headed coach. You got Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra there. I'm sure I've been talking about this for days, and Pat's been through the wars. So, they're trying to think of different ways to manipulate this guy here because he is just a special, special player. So what are they going to do with him? They're going to have to back off. They're going to have to jab at him. So game 2 is going to be really fascinating to see which one they do. Like I said, Jimmy's going to attack tonight. He's going to get to the free throw line in the first couple of minutes of this game. They're going to get a call. I guess I hate to say it. I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but the NBA does like agendas, and they do respond to agendas in NBA finals. They've been doing it forever, and they'll do it again. The other thing is, I said to you the other night before the game, I said that I thought game 1 was extra important in this series, only because both these teams and all 3 of their series have only led 1-0. And when you're an upstart like Miami, you're going to believe until you don't believe. And what does that mean? Well, until you get smacked in the face. And they got a little bit of a smack in the face. You say, well, gee, if they lose tonight, they're only down 2-0. A series doesn't start until, the home team loses a game. That is the dumbest, most foolish thing I've ever heard in the history of sport. Everybody talks about this. Well, the series doesn't start till the home team loses. So really? So the 87 Twins and the 87 Cardinals, who only won home games, that series didn't start yet? That series has been over for, 36 years. I don't know what we're talking about. They only won home games. So that didn't start. They each won on their home floor every game. Their home field, 4-3, Twins win. Is that what we're going to talk about now? We're going to talk about how series doesn't start till the home team loses a game? Nonsense. You can go 7 games and lose 4-3. I think the series started after 7 games. Dumbest statement ever. Does it get a big change until the home team loses a game? No, but don't tell me it doesn't start. You could play 7 games and not have a home team lose a game. The series has started. It starts after game 1. Dumbest phrase of all time. It's just incredibly stupid. But the media likes to latch on to something because none of them ever played or coached at a high level. And so they just latch on to any theory that everybody else says and they repeat it. They parrot the theory because they're all saying it's like in 5th grade, you'll like the same kid, so it's like, it's the same old crap. We all like the same sneaker, whatever. It's like strength in numbers there. It's a dumb phrase. It shouldn't be used. It's stupid. You be down 2-0 tonight and you're Miami, you're going to be in big trouble because I'm telling you right now, you're only going to believe until you don't believe. And you've been beating everybody, but you've been up on everybody. And I told you, that's why I felt game 1 was really important because Denver on paper is the superior team. We talked about it before. Miami's the lowest scoring team in the league this year. Only have a team that really did that. Never had success. Nobody's had success with that record as far as points per game being the lowest in the league. The worst record to ever win an NBA title was the Washington Bullets in 1978. That's why we played that theme music last episode. But it's just not a common theme. The other teams around that record, 81 Rockets got beat by the Celtics. They got abused. Even though they had Moses, they had nothing else. They had Allen Level and Robert Reed in the backcourt. That's not going to work out for you. But the thing is, you got to be better than that. And now you say, well, and I always tell you, regular season these days doesn't matter as much, but still, it's an indicator. And so while Denver shoots 50%, Miami only shoots 40%. The backboard, was clean, 45-43. I think Miami can survive if they could do that, if they can live in that zone. But tonight, you're going to see Jimmy's going to get to the foul line. I think Spoelstra's got to go a little more zone. Now, I've said it for weeks and years on this program now that why not go zone? Why chase the team around and settle for the jump shot that they're going to get anyway? Why have you guys get tired for that? Why not just settle for that? Let them get it. Direct the ball to the part of the zone where you want them to shoot. You control where the shot's coming from. Take away one part of the zone. at least you're not chasing your guys all over the place, especially Miami with challenge numbers tonight. Caleb Martin's got to step up for them tonight. He's been so great during the playoffs. He didn't play well the other night. Like I say, he's got a bug. He's a little bit under the weather. I'm sure he'll step up. He seems like a tough guy. So Miami's got a lot of character. We know that, but character's character until all of a sudden you're down 2-0 looking at it. And they've been playing from ahead this whole playoff, except in the playing game, they're down in the fourth quarter there for a second. They were ready to be eliminated. But here we are. They got their shot tonight. Let's see what Denver does. Denver could play better too. Like I said, Denver shooting 29.6% from three. Denver actually didn't even score a lot of points. Denver in the fourth quarter got sloppy for a moment. Turnovers 10-8. Both teams I thought were pretty good there. But again, the key is going to be, what are you going to do with Joker? You got to back off and hope that he has like a human night shooting and it doesn't get everybody else involved. Maybe let him get 45. I said to you before the series, I was hoping that Denver would force Jimmy to get 45 because when he gets these other guys going, which is dangerous, those guys got great looks the other night. If they're hitting those looks, which they're not, but the thing is, if they're hitting those looks, but they're not, they'd be in trouble. I would rather see Jimmy have to score. Let Aaron Gordon and others cover him. Green come off the bench and cover him. Maybe Brown come off the bench and cover him. Just rotate fresh bodies and see what happens. Because if Jimmy gets those other guys those looks, and they're not going to go 9 for 37 again tonight, now maybe they will. And again, everybody's going to say, well, let's make it or miss, but it's not that simple. They got great looks. So the design was solid. They did play some zone. Don't forget, Denver played a lot of zone in the playoffs too. Okay, they played a decent amount of zone. Against Phoenix, they played some zone. It worked a little bit. Obviously, Booker and KD weren't too stoppable, but it did work. They played a lot versus Minnesota. Joker likes to hang out on the left side of that lane in defense and just backs off. And depends who's reversing the ball. I think he'll do that with Bam. He really backed off and gave Bam a ton of room. And I still think he feels like, well, you know what? Bam had a great game. It didn't hurt us. So tonight, let's see what they do. See if they approach it the same way tonight. Just the chess matches are great to watch. Game 2 is always such enormous adjustments. There's so many series I can remember freshly where teams won game 1 and then get lost 4 games to 1. I remember that happened with the 91 Lakers when Michael Jordan's first championship. Lakers win game 1. Magic fouled out Mike. They switched it up to Scotty, pick it up Magic full court. Changed the whole series. You see it all the time. It's game 1 situations that even, in regular rounds, NBA finals, happens all the time. You'll see a team win game 1 and then all of a sudden things switch up and it turns around on you. Lakers beat Houston Rockets in game 1 of the 86 Western Conference Finals, and the Rockets won the next 4. You see it all the time. It's just ways to make adjustments. Keeman, Ralph Sampson got it together and took them out, but you can always see adjustments. So sorry, those are 2 Laker examples, but they're fresh, even different rounds, conference finals, NBA finals. So tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Got about 37 minutes till tip. And we're going to see who makes the big adjustment. Like I said, are you going to leave Joker open? Jimmy's going to get to the foul line. Are you going to stick with those shots? Are you still going to punish Miami inside? These are all things we talked about. I'm thinking they will punish him inside, but just the amazingness of that game tonight. Fans, please appreciate it. Please watch. You're seeing a transcendent player in the style of which he does it. He's a pass-first person. Maybe use his unselfishness against him. See if you can beat him that way. He's a pass-first person. Again, we haven't seen this since Mike. Before Mike, Magic and Bird were pass-first guys. Even though Bird scored a lot, Bird loved to make the good pass. So does this guy. So this is a transcendent player, and we can all talk about how, hey, it's all these other guys, yeah, this guy's a boring player. He doesn't look like a great athlete, but he is a great athlete. He hits the most difficult shots on the most difficult angles. He'll shoot like a 48-degree angle shot with a floater from like 10 feet and hit it. It's amazing a man of his size to do that. Excuse me. So please enjoy this time with this gentleman. This guy can really play. It's a fantastic player. Please enjoy it. That's going to be all for us on Telling It Like It Is. We'll be back after game 2, and we'll be either talking about 2-0 and we're in big trouble, or we'll be talking about a fight on Denver's hands. And if Denver finds a way to lose tonight, all of a sudden they're up against it a little bit, and all of a sudden their heartbeat picks up a little bit. Miami go down 2-0, they're going to be desperate. Denver gets in a 1-1 hole, they're going to be desperate. So either way, someone's going to be desperate after tonight. And that's the situation. Hopefully Denver can be mature about it from their angle. Hopefully Miami can make some shots and basically find a way to hang in there and see if they can keep the game close. I think if they keep it close, totally favors them with Jimmy on the floor. But again, that's going to be all for us tonight. We're on Spotify, obviously. We're on iHeartRadio, Twitter, Facebook, ton of things. Get on there. Tell us what you think. Give us a comment or two. We'd love to have you on. Dave Scholl signing off. Take care.